Hi, now we're here with one of the more compelling halitosis, Kurt. We're back with one of the more compelling moments. It's the Roundtable. We have forensic psychiatrist and medical correspondent Dr. Vivian Shnaidman. Take a bow with your new hairdo. Love it, babe.
This is quite a new look for you.
I know.
Yes, and it should last until tomorrow.
Could you stand on this and we can poke at you?
No.
We have Raya again, back again. Not only is she a fashion consultant, she can also talk about what's trending in current events. And we have Kurt Tazelaar. Anyway.
Could you stand on here and we can poke at you?
No, you already did that.
Adam, could you?
Issue 1, as I like to say.
You know, we're all hooked up, so
Yes.
nobody can do that.
Issue 1. This came to our attention. Could you please hold up that
Yes.
pamphlet? Princeton TV has a new pamphlet, but it's missing in action. That is, no one knows where they're going to go to. They've been left on the table, I heard of Sharon. So we have a plea that these things have been printed. I know this station tries to become the best kept secret in town, but hopefully this will get around. What's this pamphlet say?
This pamphlet is appealing to our audience in Greater Princeton to become a Princeton TV sponsor, and it details how you can donate money to this station and get your name out there.
While you're talking, could you stand on the table?
No, I can do it later, though.
Is there a benefit, though, for giving
There
money?
will be, I believe that
There
there's a
is,
benefit that
yeah.
you get your name attached to different shows, and
Or
you,
an ad.
or an
TV
ad. Not an ad because it's a nonprofit TV station, but a like on NPR, you become a sponsor.
Thanks to her. So it's like a vanity thing. So again, we don't know who actually watches this shows, but you can tell people at the cocktail party, yes, I sponsor a show on a local TV show or something.
Exactly.
Who would sponsor this show then? Like a condom? Who would fit our brand?
I think Princeton University would sponsor us
I don't.
because we're so intellectual.
We're intellectual, but not PC. And, they're lost in the throes of this really emotionally spastic, constraining political correctness. And I make comments, or we all do at times, that they, crosses the threshold and hurts their psyche. So I don't know.
You're babbling.
No, making
Yes.
perfect sense.
We don't have that many more minutes, so I think we should move on. But the take-home message is that if you want to do a mitzvah, you can come to the TV station and give your money and help to keep us in the latest equipment, the latest stuff, help pay for more employees, and just in general forward the concept of community television.
For what reason if no one knows about it? I don't.
It's so sexy.
It'll help us to get known.
It's so sexy when you talk like that.
Oh,
Thank
We're
you.
gonna
There's
have
some
to
sexual
kidnap.
tension happening
We're gonna
here.
have to kidnap these pamphlets though and do it.
But
Issue-
I'm so sure that our fans at Condoms Galore
have
will sponsor our show,
Galore.
Adam. So.
Or condominiums galore.
I like to
We'll see
blow
that.
over a big condom and put it over Kurt. He's always sometimes a dick. Ha! Anyway, segment number 2. Should we go to Pokemon, DNC, RNC, or police shootings? Pick, Raya.
Let's talk about the political conventions.
Okay.
What do you think of
hit
it?
babe? RNC is what I thought it would be. It's a freak out show, unfortunately. But I've always said, look, when a lot of people feel time is passing by, especially white males, and and they're not employed, where things are going to happen, and they're happening. And the Republican Party's gotten even more surreal.
Do you qualify as a white male?
I don't consider myself a real man. That's
Good,
what I mean.
good.
But
I don't want to be
when
in
I'm
the
called a
club.
mean man, I think when my wife calls me a mean man, it's a compliment. That's what I feel.
Did you see it, Vivian?
I actually have not been watching the convention.
Vivian's been crying a lot, but we won't get into
No,
it.
actually,
We'll talk
I've
about
been
that too.
trying to be positive. So
This is the wrong show for this.
well, so's the conventions.
Okay, true, okay.
So I've been trying not to watch anything negative.
Yeah, but the conventions are once every 4 years, and it's the closest we get to democracy and progress. So it's worthwhile to pay some attention to it.
So I'll tell you what I think, since you asked. I think that this whole convention business should be thrown away because we already knew who the candidates were going to be. This is a ton of money being spent on people going to these cities and blah, blah, blahing to these unpopular cities and blah, blah, blahing, dropping a bunch of money for candidates who were already elected in a huge popularity contest. What it should be is whoever wants to run should run, and on election day, everybody should go to their computer and click their vote. and then whoever gets the most votes wins.
Well, it's pretty. You advocate a more parliamentary system too, and get rid of the conventions.
That's also a good idea.
But the voting thing, I mean, that's going to take so hard to get around to voting by computer. One, two, the safety issue. You know, I mean, votes being counted.
Also, I mean, we have conventions. If you notice, the
party.
There was a convention before Barack Obama was elected where he became a star and people come up and speak.
Exactly.
That kind of thing. Issues get debated. With the Democratic convention, there was this progressive wing arguing that their candidate deserved to be nominated, and there were shenanigans going on. And it's sort of, we take time out from 4 years of really not deliberating about politics at all to getting almost an insider's look into things.
I really think
that's what's important.
It is really like a part of the democracy process. It's their convention, so they can do whatever they want. I watch both convention, and as your fashion and lifestyle correspondent, I'm just going to comment on the production of both conventions. The RNC is very, very emotionally packed and like a lot of hatred, but there's no fun. It's like a lot of like speeches, lock her up, crooked Hillary, and all that. They can do that. That's their convention. But in the DNC side, they have like some entertainment. So as a viewer, I'm an independent, so I will just watch the DNC more because of that.
The DNC had a juggler, and they had a trampoline act.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably no. They have like a lot of singers and popular actresses and actors like Scott Baio
and it shows their culture and everything.
Antonio Sabata Jr.
Chachi's so nasty. He called Michelle, the first lady, a cunt, or Hillary was called a cunt in one of his tweets. I forget what. Like, what is this? I can't.
Right,
so
and that
nasty.
has to do with running the country.
It's like a third world. It's like a third world country. I was in like Ecuador and El Salvador. You had those stunts pulled. It's kind of embarrassing. But conversely, yes, the true nature, the true cultural zeitgeist of a party starts coming out. Who's in it? Rules are decided about platforms. People get to speak. Sanders people hopefully were appeased, so they won't not vote for Hillary. The Sanders purists who want, I guess, anarchy or something. Hopefully they will come around though and still support Hillary Clinton, because this election, I don't care what you say. There's Supreme Court judges are going to be decided. What's his name involved? I don't know. I don't even think really Trump wants to be president anyway. And I don't want Pence, the charismatic Christian. That's really a breath of fresh air there.
Well, supposedly this week there was a compound discovered that reverses aging. So hopefully Ruth Bader Ginsburg will take a lot of that, and she won't have to resign during this term. 83 is not that old these days.
Yeah, but most people are 83 or retired and not being on the Supreme Court. It's an evolving job.
It's not a high activity job. She's
I'm just saying that when she's 87, by the time she's 87, she might be saying it's time for me to not be on the Supreme Court. Okay. I mean, it's a hard job.
Yeah, I mean, she is. Thought process. But put it this way, it's really September. Hopefully, things will come out. I hope Trump's taxes come out, where he hides his money, how many people were screwed over, because that's his true business, and stuff, in my opinion. What about cop killings? Feelings on that? We're having a cop.
Well, I'm opposed to that.
I am too. Yeah. Or cop shootings.
I'm opposed to people shooting each other in general.
Anyone.
Mm-hmm. But that's not going to stop. We have a lot of guns here and stuff, and people are running around.
Well, right around this time, there was a study that came out from a Harvard professor, African American. And it had surprising results where he said, yes, there is police bias against African Americans, but then when it comes to actual shootings, that the numbers were actually, the police were more likely to shoot white people. Now, if I dared even post this on Facebook in one conversation, and I was immediately called a racist. I mean, like, you can't even bring this stuff up without, you're a bigot. If this is a front page story in the New York Times, just basic information. It's the level of political
that goes back to what we said. People go into their political, sociological trenches of self-righteous dribble, and no one wants to hear facts at all. I'm against it. There's bias, but actually, police shootings, especially questionable ones or ones under scrutiny where cops get arrested, that's gone down a whole lot in the last 50 years.
Well, also,
I mean, it's just on TV. Okay. Everything's on TV more. It's publicized.
Or social media.
There is a point to be made. Black Lives Matter. Now, as far as getting murdered, when black people are murdered, mostly it's other black people murdering.
I was
not
going to
the
bring
police.
that
Right,
up.
but that's-
Exactly.
so
That's a
the
separate
point is-
issue from
But that's a
police
separate
bias.
issue.
This guy, I saw
There
a
is
video
police
of-
bias. When a lot of things happen, the quicker to shoot if you're, I think if you're black.
But the Black Lives Matter movement doesn't mean that other lives don't matter.
But
I
that's
think-
all they talk about. Black lives only matter when a white cop kills a black person, and the black lives don't matter at all
I don't know if they said
when other blacks kill blacks. It's just business as usual.
I just think some of those cops are an embarrassment. I mean, I'm not there, and I can't comment it, but I think a lot of those cops, either they're poor cops, poor de-escalation skills when it comes to dealing with a perpetrator, and maybe they are too quick to shoot. I don't know. Or maybe they don't, and some are biased too. They got away with this stuff before, and now it's harder to do because you have cameras every place.
Yeah, but some of the emotions of it become
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Where I see
Yeah.
these people saying, a black person saying, "I feel like I'm being hunted by the police," when the statistics are that you're much more likely to be murdered by
Another
a
black
young
person.
black male.
If you live in
Right.
inner city,
But
yes,
the bottom
yes.
line is that in general, black people are more likely to die violently than white people.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
in-
but
in
not
general.
but not at the hands of the police.
the police.
But
or
in
white.
general,
But yeah, and cops, because I've talked to my friends who are black. When I've been stopped for a ticket, I guess a cop looks at me, I like benign, I don't know. But my black friends who are middle class, what the whole thing, the cop always has his hand on his gun. He gets a little more jumpy, a little more, rightly or wrongly. Hey, they want to stay alive, they want to go home too. I mean, there is, you got to watch yourself. And then I'm sure a lot of cops, though, are probably very professional and they can seize up a situation and act accordingly. But obviously some can't.
I
But,
think that
yeah.
the training, I just saw something this week online about teaching mental health first aid. And I posted it, so maybe
Right.
you guys
And
saw
a lot
it.
of cops don't, yeah, I did see that.
That it's a new idea. Let's teach something about mental health to people that are involved with seeing mentally ill people in the course of their jobs.
Right.
And it's like, wow, what a brilliant idea. They never thought of it. But the truth is that if you are poor and black and mentally ill,
You've been on
you're
the
more
street, yeah.
likely to be on the street in a bad neighborhood
And
than if
getting-
you're white and mentally ill.
Yeah, and getting worse on the
Yeah.
street. Yeah.
So you're more likely
Like
to
in
draw
Chicago.
you're more likely to draw the attention of a cop with a gun who's going to shoot first and ask questions
Yeah,
later.
because you're freaky and you're acting weird,
Right.
and he doesn't know what you're up to or what you're on. But in Chicago, that guy was running away, and the cop still shot him in the back. I didn't get that one. And he thought he was a threat to others. I don't get it at all. What else are we talking about? What about the show? How's the show going? It's been 2 months. Why couldn't you get the show off in June? Ha 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 ha. I was
Well,
in
we
Portugal for
really
those who didn't-
tried, but I think you talked to someone and really
I did no sabotage. As Bugs
yeah, I
Bunny
think
would
there's
say.
a little
I think you
sabotage
sent out an
there.
email saying there's no show in June.
Yeah, and then there's
No,
we
then you
tried
guys
to
said you wanted
schedule
to go
it,
do
and
it
they're-
on this show. I
They
said,
want
go
to
for
do
it.
it on
And
the
I said,
4th
go
of
for it.
July. Who
I-
wants to do
I'm
that on
not
the 4th of July weekend? So.
I think you weren't brave enough to do it on
Oh,
your
we
own. And
did.
you put
We are.
obstacles in your
We have
way.
like A-lister
I'm
coming
totally
up. But
brave.
And
enough
then
to do
you,
this
Miss
show.
Trader, want to have your own show.
Yeah, let's talk
again.
about
What about
Vivian.
I
that?
still want to have my own show.
And you want to
how's
drag
it
this
going?
hardworking crew into
Into
it?
my own show. Yeah.
What are you going to talk about? Your pain?
No.
Oh, you're optimistic.
Or
now, I forgot.
optimistic
No.
positivity.
I'm going to talk about, this is how it's going to be. You guys are going to be on call 24/7.
And sorry, you have 3 minutes. Go.
And then whenever something happens, like another shooting, we're going to make a show, and it's going to be about understanding it from a forensic psychiatry perspective, whatever happened in that big thing. And it's going to go straight to the web. And then it'll get on Princeton TV whenever there's an
Are they
open
going to be
time
less
slot.
angry than what's who's that show?
I'm
woman
not
on
going to
HL?
be angry.
No, who's that woman
I'm
on
just gonna-
HLN who just left? She was crazy.
I don't know. Because it's so political. Everything is political.
So you're going to
And
be
the
cold and objective.
I'm not going to be cold. I'm going to be warm. But I'm going to be truthful. I'm going to explain the reality of what goes on, as much as we know, in people's brains when they buy a legal or illegal weapon and they flip out and they do something crazy. Because we need to understand what's really going on. And it's not all about gun control, and it's not all about terrorism. It's somewhere in the middle.
Right, right.
But how are you going to have all the facts from these cases before you? I mean, you're
I
going
don't
to
need to have all the facts.
Yeah, but
She's going to
Do they have-
generalize
Do
it.
those people on TV that are already on TV have all the facts?
No, they don't.
They just keep
don't.
talking.
You're just going to give a
but
casual
they can present it.
observation
You have to
from
read
what you know.
You're taking these fresh cases, and are you
Dr.
gonna-
Drew
you're
doesn't
going to
have
have
the
to have
facts.
people.
Dr. Drew doesn't have any
investigating.
facts.
Dr. Drew has some facts.
Some facts, the same facts
Some,
that are
but not
available
all.
to the
No,
general
and he'll say
public.
that. He goes, from what I see, from what I understand, he'll give
what
his
I
opinion
see.
from his background. Right. And what he's
Exactly.
seen before. She can be done. But you're a kinder, gentler, more optimistic.
Yes. We can talk about it during the break.
Or now.
Or now.
Or later.
Because look at the hair, look at the dress
Yeah.
and everything.
Well,
Look
I mean,
at
I
the
just
nice
got,
hair, the
you
makeup.
know, I have my father's
She's looking
80th
great.
Because
birthday
some
tomorrow,
people
so I
talked
had to
about
get
the
my
show
hair
to me,
done.
and they said that you were the mean one, not me. You said I was mean to people.
Nobody said I was the mean one.
Okay, I kind of made that up. But anyway, I'm making my own facts. Well, that has been an amazing roundtable. I can't wait to see what happens with your show and police shootings. Hopefully none of us get shot.
The election.
It'll be better than this one, that's for sure.
And we'll be right back.